again, everybody. Dave Brown and Corey Macklin here at ringside. We're ready with another day of USWA Championship Wrestling. Lance Russell taking the day off. He'll be back next week. We got a surprise guest coming out in just a few minutes. Won't tell you about it now. We'll hold the surprise, Corey.
Oh, big surprise indeed, Dave. Opening bout today, you'll see Jesse James Armstrong in the ring taking on dangerous Doug Gilbert. What a great opening bout here today. USWA Wrestling PG-13 will be in action. We'll see Tracy Smothers taking on the Spellbinder, a big 7-foot giant warrior. We'll see him today for the first time. And too sexy, Brian Christopher in our main event.
Oh, it's going to be a good one here today. I just got a feeling. Hey, in case you haven't heard, last week, Mid-South Coliseum, Tommy Rich and Doug Gilbert defeated PG-13. They are now the tag team champions of the USWA. Yeah. Also, they've got a loser leave town match coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Biggie here, mainstays in the USWA. Both teams. We'll tell you more about that as we go along. Also, last week, if you were with us, the announcement was made. Jeff Jarrett's injury to his back. He's going to be out for a while, 6 to 8 weeks. You have to defend the title within 30 days. He's not going to be able to do it. As a result, the title's been vacated, and there's a big tournament coming up this week. Monday night, Mid-South Coliseum to determine the unified champion. We'll have more details on that.
What great names involved in that tournament.
Yeah,
we'll tell them.
We'll talk about that. But we're going to be back with that surprise. Don't go away. We'll have it for you when we come back. We're going to get to the ring here in just a minute with big action, but Corey and I got a special announcement for you here right now. Special guest coming in. Someone who's had a lot of impact in the USWA, WWF, all around the world, and wrestling, as a matter of fact, is here with us today. A wrestler, a former wrestler because he sustained an injury, a very serious neck injury, and it's one of those things that happens to football players sometimes too, where the doctor says, look, you're okay, but if you get back in the wrestling ring and get hurt again in a similar situation, then it is a very serious situation and could mean very serious health problems as a result, so don't do it. Well, that's the situation, and right now what we would like to do is bring this person out here and talk to him just for a minute and maybe get some ideas about his future in the USWA. The one and only Sid Vicious, former unified world champion. Hello, Sid. Just making the announcement about the neck injury. The doctor said don't get back in there, but as many people in sports do, you've got a great background, you know what's going on, and you said, hey, maybe I'd like to try wrestling announcing so that I can share with the folks some of my knowledge.
Well, I'm sitting at home, Dave Brown. I'm sitting and maybe I'm sulking a little bit, feeling a little sorry for myself. The doctor says, hey, Sid, no more wrestling, man. One more neck injury and maybe I'll be paralyzed from the neck down. I said, hey, man, it's over, it's over. Then I got a phone call from Randy Hells. Only time maybe Randy Hells give me any good news since I've been in the USWA. He said, Sid, hey, you ain't doing nothing. Come on down, join Dave, Corey, Lance to the crew. Let's do a little commentating. And I said, let's hook them up.
Well, we've got you here today. I tell you what, why don't you just stay with us? Join us. We got an extra chair and a microphone. Have a seat. Let's get this thing underway here, okay?
All right, man.
Come on around, and we're going to get action underway. We've got our first match ready to go in the ring. Sid will be with us here with... Well, they running for you for president over there already, huh? Woo! Sid Vicious joining us here at the announcing table here today. And Sid will just be talking about the action as it goes along. This first match should be an outstanding match with Doug Gilbert going against Jesse James Armstrong. Brandon Baxter, the manager of Doug Gilbert.
There he is right there, old Doug Gilbert.
Doug, half of the USWA Tag Team Champions.
Yep, he's shining it up. He and Tommy Rich are the new tag champions.
Dave Brown, you fellas got some class with you that can tell you how great I am and how good a champion I will be for the Well, I'll tell you something, Dave. You can say what you want about Doug Gilbert, but I'm going to tell you something. I've been up and down on the road with the boy, and he does know his stuff when he gets in that ring. You can hate him, you can love him, but the boy can get down.
Well, I think you're right about that, Sid. Yep. I think the one thing that we have been disappointed in Doug in over his career is that all too often he'll tend to take the shortcut. He will tend to do something behind someone's back.
Somebody's going to take the shortcut with you.
Yeah, this is a man right here who can get in there and go with the best of them. Jesse James Armstrong steps in.
Armstrong ready to get it on early.
Get out of here, Baxter. You better Get out here where you can, boy.
Bill Rush, the referee. As soon as we get the signal from him, we'll ring the bell, and we will be underway with what should be a tremendous wrestling match here today. And this is the opener, fans. Stay with us.
Hey, sometimes you got to take the shortcut, man.
Referee Bill Rush is in the ring, and we're about to get this one underway.
This is great.
Oh, I do too. Oh, look out.
It's already started off a barn burner.
There's an insult by Doug Gilbert. And Jesse James Armstrong chasing him. Now Jesse James picks up that tag team championship belt. The referee recovers it, passes it out to security, and Bill Rush says, ring the bell, let's get it underway. Brandon Baxter in the corner of Doug Gilbert. I don't like that. I also noticed that he was carrying around a can of spray paint. He was involved in a painting incident here a week or two ago. And I don't like seeing people bring that out here.
I don't like seeing guys. Y'all gonna have to fill me in when some of this stuff is going on. I've been like this paint thing. I don't know what it's about. It has no reason to be out here. And somebody ought to get it out of here.
I agree with you.
No doubt about it. Boy, look at Jesse James Armstrong. Big boot off the rope. He's got a pin here, Sid.
One.
Two.
Oh,
He got two out of it. I thought he had him early, Dave.
I did too.
I'll tell you something, guys. I was overseas with Jesse James himself one time. I'll tell you something. I've seen him get knocked down, and get right back up.
Yep. He can go, boy. He can. Does a little hot dog along with it. He's got his little dancing and rocking and rolling, but this guy can wrestle, let me tell you.
Sid, another thing you should know, Jesse James Armstrong was managed by Brandon Baxter just a couple of weeks ago.
People are fired up.
They are. As always here on USWA Wrestling, what a great opening bout.
It don't get any better than this.
Jesse James Armstrong sending into the middle of the ring with Doug Gilbert in his standing headlock.
You know, sometimes people think this is a little boring. I'm going to tell you, you grab a boy in a headlock and you wear him down a little bit, you got him where you want him. That's what Doug Gilbert was doing right there.
How much of that is mental, Sid? You're in the headlock. Are you sitting there thinking, I've got to figure a way to get out of this?
Well, he just did.
Yeah.
He didn't come out the way he wanted to, but he got out of it.
But I guess my question, does it work on your brain as much as it works on your body when you're trying to figure out how to get out of it?
Well, of course it does. Of course it does.
Doug Gilbert walking around the ring.
What Doug's doing right now, he's playing a little mental game. He's trying to get Jesse James a little psyched up, maybe do something the wrong thing, get himself in position. Doug wants him in.
He picked up that can of paint.
Yeah.
Now, there's no sense in that. No sense in that.
You're exactly right.
Look at that. You know everybody's supposed to respect a champion, so why don't you tell all these guys for me just to be quiet?
I'm going to tell you something. You might want to argue with that. I'm going to tell you something. When you go down roads like this boy has, and he's fought his tail off to get where he is, it bothers you a little bit when these people get on you like that.
Yeah, but, well, I agree with that, but I also think champions earn respect of the fans, and he hasn't really done that.
You're going to have to learn that.
Reverse atomic knee drop from Dangerous Doug Gilbert. One half of the USWA Tag Team Champions. And right now Armstrong down, but the fans behind him trying to get him going, see it?
One half. That means his partner's somewhere close by.
Tommy Rich.
Could be.
Yeah, that's a factor that must be considered. Armstrong reverses. Nice one.
Reversal. Oh, DDT. That hurts. Woo, that hurts.
Reversal.
That hurts.
Doug Gilbert ends up with the better of
That
it.
could be it. That could be it. That's it.
Look at Doug.
1, 2.
Armstrong, there he goes. 2. Oh, I thought he had him. Dave was reaching for the bell over here.
I thought, at first, I thought Doug had the pin. Then I thought Jesse James Armstrong had the pin.
What a clothesline. You see that, Corey?
What a good match. Man, what a match.
It's fired up here.
Armstrong and Gilbert, the opening bout, and it is a dandy. Doug.
Now he's insulting him. Just standing over him like that. Oh, that's horrible.
Doug Gilbert. Couple of left jabs on Jesse James Armstrong. Staggering the big guy.
He's coming back.
Hit Armstrong. Whips Gilbert into the corner. Goes in, and Doug Gilbert stops it. Big kick from Dangerous Doug. momentum that Armstrong had as he was running after Doug Gilbert. Could have been the mistake for the match for Jesse James Armstrong.
You know, I got to say, so far during the match, if it were being scored on points, if we say from time to time, and of course wrestling matches are not scored on points, but Gilbert would be well ahead right now.
Way
his
ahead.
match.
Are you ready for this to be over?
Look at this, Doug Gilbert chanting over here to the announce table. You better pay attention to Jesse James Armstrong. Armstrong down. He catches him with that boot. Boy, he stops him.
Got him right under the chin with the boot.
Stops Doug Gilbert. Armstrong on his feet. Look at him go after Dangerous Doug.
He's loading up, and there it is.
Big right, and he goes after the cover. Two. Doug Gilbert kicks out. Backs her up on the ropes.
Now, this is where he's messed up.
He's
Don't
gonna take
turn.
care of Brandon
Don't
Baxter.
oh. Hey, hold on. What's this?
Tracy
What's going on?
Smothers, what's he doing out here at ringside?
What in the world?
Smothers.
That's it. I
Nailed.
knew Tracy. Hey, look at this.
Yep.
Look at it. 1, 2, and 3. He got it.
Tracy Smothers.
Armstrong's former partner.
Monday night.
Yep.
I think
up
there's
this
something
week.
coming up. I knew something was going to happen like that.
Since the falling out, boy, they have really been.
Oh, don't paint him.
Especially
Oh,
Armstrong.
no, he's going.
Seems to have been the target.
The pain.
There you go with that can stuff.
No, don't take that pain in there, Doug.
This would be hard not to. You got a
won the-
man down. Sometimes it's fun.
Yeah, you won the match, though. Go ahead and take your victory and get out of here. Oh, Armstrong says, don't even think about coming in here with that pain. He's not totally out of it. He got nailed by that flagpole by Tracy Smothers, his former partner. Otherwise, the
He's
match.
holding that shoulder too. It had to hurt.
Yep.
Smothers jabbed him right in there, Charlie.
Well, that's it. Armstrong gave it a battle, but with the interference, loses the match to Doug Gilbert. Gilbert gets the hand raise here today. We're going to take a break. We've got a lot more, and we'll probably get a word or two from Doug Gilbert when we come back in just a moment.
Sure we will.
Boy, I just saw a great match here today on our opening bout. Dangerous Doug Gilbert, Jesse James Armstrong. Well, coming up this week, there will be a tag team bout involving PG-13 taking on the new USWA Tag Champions, Wildfire, Tommy Rich, Dangerous Doug Gilbert, and it is a loser leave town. Coming up this week, Doug.
Well, see, Corey, I don't know if any of these people or anybody out there in TV land really realize what this means. Now, whether myself and Tommy Rich get beat, if we get beat, we're gone.
Right.
If JC Ice and Wolfie D get beat, you won't ever have to worry about seeing them again, Corey Macklin.
Well, yeah, as a losing team leaves the USWA. You're exactly right.
Well, let me get to something, Corey, right now. Now, over the past few years, you know, all of us have had some ups, and we've had some downs. Now, J.C. Ice, ever since you was a little boy and you watched your daddy, Bill Dundee, when you growed up, you always told me before that you wanted to grow up and be a wrestler when you was a young kid. Well, since I was a little boy and I watched my dad, Tommy Gilbert, and I watched my brother, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, all I ever wanted to do was grow up and be a professional wrestler. Now, see, Corey Macklin, what makes me just about that much better than everybody else is this right here. I am one half of the USWA Tag Team Champions. And where Tommy Rich is today, let me lay this very important thing down for just a second. Tommy Rich went home. After we signed this match, Tommy Rich went home. I said, Tommy, you might ought to go on home and think over what we've just done. Because, see, Corey, everything is at stake. There's nothing, there's no tomorrow. For every one of these people out here, this might be your last chance. Well, it's not going to be your last chance to see me. It will be your last chance to see PG-13. Because, Corey, over the last 10 years here, you've seen some violent feuds, right?
You got that right.
Well, can you tell me that you've seen any more violent feuds than Rich and Gilbert versus PG-13? Can you tell me that?
Again, for 1 year, you guys have really, really had some great matches.
Okay. I wouldn't call them great, Corey. I'm so sick and tired of them. I'm tired of hopping in this ring right here, looking across, seeing J.C. Ice and Wolfie D. I'm so sick of it. You know what, Corey? I will even give them a little bit of credit. It hurts. They've hurt me a few times, but what I can say, Corey Macklin, is I have put Wolfie D's eye just about completely out. I've blacked both of Jamie Dundee's eyes. I have pile-driven Jamie Dundee right through a table. So what I'm saying, Corey Macklin, it don't matter. There's going to be a winner, and there's going to be a loser this week. And let me make one guarantee like Tommy Rich did last week when he come out here and he guaranteed you that me and him would be the USWA Tag Team Champions. I'm guaranteeing you, Corey Macklin, whether you like it or not, I'm guaranteeing this whole promotion, after this week, you will still be looking at the same tag team champions, and you will no longer see PG-13. They will be down the road.
Well, we'll see. That's why we have the matches signed coming up this week. Losing team leaves the USWA, Dangerous Duck Gilbert, Wildfire, Tommy Rich taking on PG-13. We've got action in the ring now as the referee, Downtown Bruno, makes his way in. We'll see a new tag team in the USWA coming up here now, Dave.
Yes, indeed, the Misfits coming in. There they are in the ring right now. They're pretty rugged-looking individuals. Look like they got pretty good size on them. I don't know too much about them, but we'll find out as we go along. One thing I do know, Sid and Corey, is that they're going against guys who have been tag team champions for a long, long time. They're not right now, but they are certainly championship caliber wrestlers.
I want to say something about PG-13. You know, I always underestimated those guys. I was in World Wrestling Federation. They came up there for a TV tape, and I'm going to tell you something. They opened some guys' eyes. Those boys are little, but they got the heart of giants.
That's exactly right. They got heart, they got speed, and they work as a team about as well as any tag team I've ever seen.
That's what everybody notices about them.
This team of the Misfits, Derek Domino and Harley Lewis, come in here, combined weight of 521 pounds, out of South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The team of the Misfits. And from the hood, 403 pounds, the combined weight, JC and Wolfie, PG-13.
Hey, I don't know about that hat, guys. I don't know about that hat.
Boy, I'd like to sport that around town.
Maybe it's a distraction. It's right here distracted. What do you guys think?
I think so.
It's distracted me already.
Oh, yeah, well, I guess it does work then. That and the hubcap, that's what better distract those guys, yeah.
Well, they wear some rags, don't they? JC and Wolfie.
Yeah, they're a little flamboyant, but they sure back everything up when they climb in the ring and the bells sound.
Boy, I see Dave over here bouncing to that music.
Yeah, hey, we can keep that going during the match. Yeah, I like that.
I like that.
Guys, what's Downtown Bruno out there?
Bruno.
Downtown Bruno's refereeing. He's gotten a referee's license, and he's refereeing the match. And that really bothered me the first time I saw him referee here, but I must say that the last time he refereed a match, he called it right down the middle. We'll hope for that today.
As long as he's able to do that.
Yep.
Always call it down the middle.
Got that right.
Corey?
Yep, no doubt about it. Here we go. Wolfie D starting off for the team of PG-13.
What about these Misfits?
That's
what kind
Harley
of
Lewis. Harley Lewis is starting out for the team of the Misfits. They come in here out of South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Ooh, that's a dirty place. These boys fighting dirty then.
Oh, yeah, they are. Just over 500 pounds of combined weight. Harley Lewis backs up. Wolfie pulls his hair. That's one dirty tactic. Backs Wolfie up. On into the tournament.
Nobody's home.
Nice move from Sir Wolfie D.
Go, Wolfie!
Referee Downtown Bruno right in there. Harley Lewis. Taken down again by Wolfie D.
Harley Lewis.
What you notice about these boys are good counter wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
If they get them in a move, they got to move to counter. Applying that pressure to that arm, boy, that hurts. That elbow is in pain.
Got it stretched out there pretty good. Lewis would love to get to the corner and get the tag on his partner.
You see what Wolfie do right there? He knows this is his home turf. He's making these boys feel real uncomfortable out there. He's intimidating.
Yeah.
He's guys better use the middle part.
And a lot of times that wins matches, too.
Double elbow. That's
Look
going to
at
hurt
this.
you.
1, 2.
Early cover.
Quick cover from J.C. Ice. The Iceman almost had him. Takes down this Harley Lewis again. Got his shoulder down. Only a 1 count this time, though.
Right shoulder came up off the mat just as the 1 count fell.
Yeah.
He was almost pinned before that, so I think he didn't waste any time. When he heard that hand slap the mat the first time, he wiggled that shoulder off the mat real quick.
That one boy needs to get tagged out of there. He's been in there a while. He's going to take a pretty good whooping.
He started the match, and he's been double-teamed by PG-13, and it's taken them more than one-on-one. Look at J.C. leaps over, comes back. Reverses, nice hip toss, drop kick from J.C. Ice. Goes for the cover here quickly, Sid.
That's it. See, these boys, J.C. and Jamie, they work like brothers, man. Just like brothers. I know a couple brothers over in Bald Knob, Jerry and Randy Bachman. Those are 2 country boys. When they get together, they work like brothers. They work hard together. That's the whole thing.
PG-13 always running up against tough competition, too. These guys are tough here. They're going against the Misfits, and they've got, of course, a loser leave town match coming up very soon. Loser of the match has to leave the USWA. This could be one of the final times we get to see PG-13.
Look at that.
Very well could be.
Derek Domino catches J.C. Ice right in the back with a knee, and finally, Harley Lewis gets a tag from that Domino.
I wonder if old Doug Gilbert, Tommy Rich, didn't talk to these Misfits and ask, hey, apply some pressure on these boys, soften them up, because we don't want a whole lot of competition come Monday night.
Well, I sure wouldn't put it past the team of Doug Gilbert and Tommy Rich to say soften them up for whenever we've got them coming up here in the next few days. Oh, look at that. He took his legs away from him. They double up the Misfits. There's a cover on J.C. Ice. Count is a 2. But he breaks out of it at the 2 count. Bruno, an honest referee, it looks like. He's wearing glasses.
Yeah. Hope you don't lose those things.
That's
I know
true.
we don't have those glasses on. He's blinder in a bat, boy.
Not many referees will wear the glasses, you know.
Well, Bruno's trying to call it right down the middle. He makes sure he sees everything.
He needs to get down there, get in the middle of that action. He's a little scared out there.
Down there that time, Bruno counts it 2, and J.C. Ice kicks out. Fans cheering, go, Ice, go. Into the ropes goes J.C. Ice. Derek Domino.
There's a good tag move.
Boy, this Misfits, they come in here. First look at them here on USWA television here, and they come in out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, over the top rope. Goes J.C., lands on his feet, falls back in there. Oh, I thought he was going to get the tag.
I did, too.
Oh, boy.
Well,
Whoopi.
there it is. Oh,
Whoopi's being told by
firing him up.
Comes in, look at Whoopi knee. Taking care of the Misfits. Sir Whoopi. Hops ahead together. Goes up to Harley Lewis. Reversal here. Here comes Whoopi.
Out go the lights.
They're coming on. Nice right hand from Whoopi D. PG-13 working together well, as always. Look at this.
Well, there's some teamwork by the Misfits.
Yeah, Misfits versus the move that PG-13 originally went for in there. They back him up to the rope.
Telegraph that a little bit.
Look at this. We got a double pin. 1, 2, 3, 3.
And the Misfits are heading out of here. Losers today.
In the house, PG-13 gets the victory over the Misfits.
They're celebrating the victory as they do so. We'll take a break. We've got lots more to come today in the USWA. Stay with us. Going to give you a complete look at a huge card coming up at the Mid-South Coliseum. By the way, it's going to be back on Monday night this week. Monday night, Wednesday night from time to time at the Mid-South Coliseum, depending on a bunch of things. This week it is going to be on Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. So make plans. Monday Night Wrestling's coming up, and we've got a big one-night tournament to determine the unified world champion due to Jeff Jarrett's injury, and he will not be able to defend the title within the 30-day time limit, so the title is vacated, and the tournament will be held. Special match with these guys right here, PG-13. Congratulations on the victory here today, but I know you're thinking about loser leave the USWA. That's the stipulation.
That's right. You know, I listened to Doug Gilbert, and one time in his whole stinking life, he finally said something right. He said if you go back and think about one of the roughest brawls in wrestling history, you talk about Rich and Gilbert, J.C. Ice, and Wolfie D. But now, that's right, my boy, dig that. And you see, now, this Monday night in the Memphis Coliseum, J.C. Ice and Wolfie D have got a lot more at stake than just belts. What I'm talking about is we got to look for another job. We have got to get on the telephone and call all the other wrestling companies in the world, which there ain't too many. You know, there's WWF, WCW, and then there's a few others in Mexico and out in Puerto Rico and Japan where they don't even speak American language, and that's one place I don't want to be. But all J.C. Ice and Wolfie D knows is that this Monday night, when we come to the Coliseum, it might be the last time that we come to the Coliseum. And some of you think that's good, and some of you think that's bad. But I promise you this, I'm coming to the Memphis Coliseum not for none of these people, not for Doug and Tommy Rich to make sure J.C. Ice has to pack up and get out of town. Because let me tell you something, J.C. Ice's name is Jamie Dundee, and I'll be darned if I'm going to let Tommy Rich and Doug Gilbert make me have to pack up all my many children I got across the land and haul butt to another place, because J.C. Ice wants to stay right here in the USWA where I've made a name, and I'm going to keep a name, Rich and Gilbert. I promise you that, boys.
I think most of the fans want to keep you here too, Wolfie.
Like he just said, for the past 2 years, 3 years, PG-13 has been the name in tag team wrestling when you think of the USWA. And see, this summer, me and JC, man, I guess we got a little naive and we made a big mistake. We needed the lowest, dirtiest players in the game to be on our side against the Smoky Mountain. And who do we pick? We picked Tommy Rich and we picked Doug Gilbert. Well, see, we found out their true colors, and like you said, there's been no rougher matches than PG against Rich and Gilbert. Well, this week it's all coming to a head. Like JC said, some of you might not like us, some of you might. See, the people are splitting, and the way we look at it is if you're not going to like PG-13, you're not going to like nobody, because this match is going to settle it all, baby. One who wins is going to be the one who stays, and the other team, you ain't going to have to look at them anymore. This is it. I'm tired of wrestling you, you're tired of wrestling us, and these people are tired of seeing the matches. So this is the last one, Rich and Gilbert, so bring it on, and let's see who the better team is.
That's one of the huge matches coming up this week at the Mid-South Coliseum. Corey said, let's take a look at this complete card here, because it is going to be a big night of action. It all begins at 7:30 Monday night at the Memphis Mid-South Coliseum. And remember, it is a one-night, spectacular, one-night unified World Championship tournament. First round matches, and there are going to be several of them. There'll be some buys in here and all of that sort of thing, but here are the pairings. The WWF's Isaac Yankem. That's right, Isaac Yankem will be going against King Cobra. Now, keep in mind, King Cobra is a former holder of the unified title.
Sure
he
is.
gets a shot. He's got some tough competition in the opener, though.
Isaac Yankem, boy, you know about him, say it.
I'm going to tell you something. He's a big, tough guy. I like King Cobra, but I'm going to tell you what, Isaac Yankem's going to win that one.
A little prediction.
Prediction here.
Yeah.
Next match, 7-foot giant warrior. Yeah, we're going to be looking at him a little bit later on today. He'll be going against the Spellbinder in a first-round match.
Looking forward to that one.
Tracy,
We haven't seen the giant warrior before, but I'll tell you something. I fought shoulder to shoulder, back to back with that Spellbinder. He's going to be a tough guy to beat. The Warrior's a big guy. It's going to be a good one to watch.
We'll see that 7-foot giant warrior here a bit later on today on USWA.
Another first-round match, Tracy Smothers against Jesse James Armstrong. What more do you need to say? The two former partners going at each other. Smothers today can't leave it alone. He came in and attacked Jesse James with that flagpole in the middle of Jesse James Armstrong's match. They'll be going against each other in the first round Monday night.
I'm going to tell you something. I've been up and down. I've started this business with Tracy Smothers. That boy's going to be there to the end.
All right, next first round match. Before I show you the pairing, let's take a look at an interview that we did with Men on a Mission's Mo 1 week ago right here on this television station. Listen to this, and then we'll continue.
For 3 long years in the World Wrestling Federation, I've been part of a tag team known as Men on a Mission. And in those 3 long years, the credit always went to King Mabel. I have no reason or no understanding why, because I was always the brains of that team. I was always the man taking all the bumps, doing all the work, while he stood on the outside and took all the glory. Well, let me tell you something, Dave Brown. I'm here to get my glory. I'm here to get me some respect. I'm here.
And Sir Mo, if you want to get your glory, you're going to have to go through your former tag team partner to do it. Men on a Mission's Mo against Men on a Mission's Mabel coming up in the first round at the Mid-South Coliseum. Here's a match you can book as a main event anywhere in the world.
I'm going to tell you something. Mo's talking a big line right there. I'm going to tell you something. When you're a tag team, not one person's carrying the load. You're carrying it together. Sounds a little jealous. Somebody's a little jealous right there. Big Mabel's going to come in town. We're going to see some things straightened out.
Mabel has hurt some people. It's some big guys.
There's a list. There's a list from here to Toledo that Mabel has put out a commission. He's beat The Undertaker into submission. He hurt Diesel. He put out Fatu, one half of the Head Shrinkers. He beat up both of the Godwins. Now, I'm going to tell you, he sent those boys to the hospital.
Big match coming up. Mabel against Mo, the former Men on a Mission tag team against each other in the opening round.
That's a first-round match. What a great first round.
First-round match. And then you got another pairing, which is kind of interesting.
Boy.
Jerry Lawler won a match this past week to determine the #1 contender for this title. He won the match, and he will be going against another man who has special treatment because he is the USWA heavyweight champion. It's the King, Jerry Lawler, against USWA champion Brian Christopher to see who advances in the spectacular one-night tournament.
I'm going to tell you something, Dave. I've wrestled them both. I mean, I've gotten down with both of them, elbow to elbow, knuckle to knuckle. The King is going to be hard. That right there should be the top match right there.
Okay, well,
it's going to be the best one to watch.
It is going to be an incredibly interesting first round. When you got pairings like that in the first round, I think it's...
How are you going to beat it?
Yeah, as the tournament goes through, you're just going to have better and better matches.
You got a 9-match tournament in the Unified World title, and then that's not all of the
That is not all. That is not all. Of course, you got semifinal matches, and the final match of the night will determine the Unified World Champion. But don't forget that grudge match either. The grudge match, which will settle the score. Losing team leaves town. Tommy Rich, Doug Gilbert against J.C. Ice and Wolfie D, PG-13. This one is for basically all the marbles. It's stay it or leave it.
Yep. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. We've heard them all come out here, and they all had something different to say, and they rambled on and rambled on. I'm going to tell you something. When it comes down to throat-cutting time, this is the type of match you got to get down with. Lose or leave town. It's over after that. There's no more arguing. Who's the better man? Who's the lesser man? After that match right there, we'll see who stands tall.
Speaks for itself.
It's a match that speaks for itself, Corey. You're exactly right.
Then the final match of the night will be the championship match to determine the Unified World Champion. It all happens in one night, Monday night. Mid-South Coliseum at 7:30. Make your plans right now to be there. We're going to be back with more
Everybody,
action
come
right
on
here
down.
in just a moment.
I mean, come on down.
In just one moment, we'll be back in the ring with more USWA action. Spellbinder and Tracy Smothers to come right here in just a moment. Right now, we got of B&B Incorporated, Brendan Baxter and Tracy Smothers here.
You know, for the last couple of weeks, I've told you what a loser Jesse James Armstrong was.
Yeah, and a bunch of stuff you guys
shut your mouth, Corey Macklin. When I ask you to speak, you speak when I tell you to. Let's go back and talk about what's happened in the past. Jesse James Armstrong won the USWA heavyweight belt right here in this studio with me in his corner. Whenever Brandon Baxter was out of wrestling with an injury, what happened? Jesse James Armstrong lost the belt. What happened just a couple of weeks ago? The tag team titles were on the line. Jesse James Armstrong lost the match, thus Tracy Smothers and myself lost the tag team titles. That is because Jesse James Armstrong is a loser. Without me, Jesse James Armstrong, you are 0 for life. This man carried the team, he made you look like a superstar, and this week he will destroy you. What we're talking about here is I'm glad after 3 weeks the USWA has finally decided to grant the wild-eyed Southern boy all week. Oh, I've heard, man. How could you turn on the Armstrong family? How could you do it? Easy. Money. That's what it all boils down to. Armstrongs are these idiots out here. They don't pay my light bill. They don't pay my house note. They don't pay my car note. They don't pay nothing. We got a big tournament coming up, and Jesse James, you're in my way. Every opponent's in my way. You saw what I did to him today. I'm capable of anything.
Yeah,
and let me tell you something, Sid Vicious over there, Psycho Sid, whatever you call yourself, I'm fixing to take care of your boy Spellbinder right here. I don't care if he can bench press 800 pounds, because I'm the man. If you don't believe it, just ask me, and I'll tell you. Jesse, you're through, man. Unified world title is coming my way.
Tracy Smothers along with Brendan Baxter. Yeah, let's go to the ring for action here we got coming up. Single bout, Smothers and the Spellbinder coming up here now. There's the Spellbinder. Ooh.
I don't know what Tracy Smothers got against me. I'll tell you, I hadn't done nothing to him, but this old boy Spellbinder might put a whooping on him.
Spellbinder is certainly a formidable...
Tracy, I might need some training tips, and I do. I'll come first to you.
Tracy
okay,
Smothers.
Mr. Python.
Boy, Smothers is...
I don't know. Did I do something to him?
No, I don't think so. Smothers has just had that kind of attitude, especially for the last few weeks.
Yeah, sure has.
I don't know what Baxter told him. I think after attacking Jesse James Armstrong, and at least, you know, when you jump a guy from behind, it's easy to get to the hand raised and to appear to be dominating him. And I think maybe that's kind of gone to Tracy's head, and he's starting to believe his own press releases on that, you know?
And along with that, he says that Baxter pays his light bills and his grocery bills and all that kind of stuff.
That can't be true.
Well,
looks like Brendan Baxter, he needs some conditioner on that head, man. That's drier than hay.
Spellbinder! Boy, he just tosses Tracy Smothers, and Smothers complaining. The referee...
Come on, Tracy, don't argue with me, man. That's the boy you got troubles with, not me.
That's an excellent point.
Yeah, got that right. Smothers giving up about 30 pounds to this Spellbinder. This Spellbinder is a big guy, let me tell you.
He's a big guy, and he's come along a long way. He's come along pretty good.
He really has. Spellbinder wrestling.
Got him in a vice in that headlock.
Today coming in at about 272. Big shoulder. Smothers at 241.
Come on, Rebel boy. Hey, don't whine to me about it. Get in there and hook him up, son. Hook him up.
Sid Vicious.
Hey, you get out of here,
First
Baxter.
conversation for Tracy Smothers over here. Smothers whining.
Well, hey, I don't have nothing against Tracy. I don't have anything against anybody. You got to do what you got to do when you're out there. And if it's bugged me to think you're getting too Spellbinder, then go ahead and bother me, because it ain't bothering me at all, boy.
But you're exactly right. And I mean, you came right out and tell it, don't whine to me. I mean, he's your opponent, not me. That's it.
Yeah.
Hey, my wrestling days are over. I wish I could get up there. I'd accommodate old Tracy Smothers this morning. But I'm not going to take that chance. I'm not going to let him or anybody else push me over that edge. And you boys be sure that that don't happen.
Well, we'll remind you of
yeah,
that.
we definitely got to do that, Sid.
We'll remind you, fans, in case you, excuse me, Corey, in case you joined us late, Sid is joining us at the announcing table. Retired from wrestling. The doctor has said, you got a neck injury. You go back in there and hurt it again. It could mean paralysis. So as a result, Sid is becoming a commentator and adding some insight, some inside insight to what's going on here with us today at the wrestling table.
You're warming up pretty good, son. Warming up pretty good.
And I must add some good insights.
Absolutely.
Real good job.
Well, thank you, guys. I'll tell you what, I'm having a good time out here with y'all. I'm going to come back next week, okay?
Lance will be back next
week.
week.
See you, Lance. Hey, come on, Brandon. Come on.
Well, he did. Tracy Smothers taking advantage of it,
I guess that's due to inexperience.
Yeah. Well, and also...
Oh, here he comes.
Look out.
Look out.
Oh,
down on the floor.
that hurts.
Watch out.
Hey,
Watch out.
There's your boy.
Hey,
He's finished.
good job,
I'm gonna
Tracy.
do him like I'm gonna do Jesse James.
Well, I don't blame you, son. Do him up right.
Holds him back under the ropes there.
Throws him in and Smothers climbs the rope. He's on the top one. Touchdown.
Right to the top of the head.
Boy,
That hurt.
nailed him right off the top rope.
You'll have a bruise on that cranium tomorrow morning, I guarantee it.
Spellbinder just kicks out of it, too.
Yes. Smothers went for the cover, but couldn't hold him for a 3 count. Spellbinder battling back.
He's coming back.
Still got today on USWA Wrestling. Now look at that giant warrior and too sexy Brian Christopher coming up today in our main event.
Telegraph that a little bit.
Look at that Smothers. Hooks a leg, 2, and the Spellbinder kicks out at 2.
He still can't hold him. That's how tough and strong this Spellbinder has. Great upper body strength. And he was able just to stop him, just to power him off there before the count of 3 fell.
Sunset flip up, big man. He's coming back. Whoa. He got it.
Smothers kicks out.
They don't kick to the ears like that. because he's cauliflower ears, son. I'll tell you, that hurt.
Move him out there!
Smothers back in control here after Spellbinder.
Come on,
Looks like
Tracy,
he had
don't
it going
waste
his
no
way.
time, boy. Get to it.
He's a punk.
Call him in. They ain't gonna get you nowhere, son.
Spellbinder in trouble against Tracy Smothers. Smothers raking the fingernails across the back.
I'd fly a Boston bat. You know, put some pressure on that lower back. Tracy's worried too much about showing Armstrong and everybody else how tough he is. He should be tending to the good he's got.
Well, that's a good point. You got to pay attention to every opponent and respect every opponent that you have.
Exactly.
And go for the victory instead of showing off. Sometimes you
The wins
lose
and
a match,
losses
huh?
come,
Yeah.
but it's harder to get those wins and things like that. Not going to get them for you.
It'll look good in the record book with a few more W's than L's, and Smothers could find himself with an L if he doesn't take the Spellbinder serious, because the Spellbinder can go.
Shot to the gut.
Look at this,
roll up.
Spellbinder's got it
Where's
rolling.
Bill Rush?
That's exactly what we're talking about. He's got him easily for a 3-count one. Oh, boy.
I can't stand that. That's why
He
there should be a
almost had it.
manager at ringside.
Yeah, Baxter had the attention of the referee, Bill Rush, over there, and Bill just did not see the small package. Spellbinder had Smothers.
Another DDT. I'll tell you what, that's a popular move today, those DDTs.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody's putting them on.
1, 2, and Spell kicks out of it.
They are so effective that many wrestlers have put that into their arsenal.
Hey, Tracy's saying he's got him. It looks like he's got a good hold on him, man. Hope the boy don't come out of it.
Got that chin lock on him.
He's talking to Jesse James right now.
Yeah, that's another thing I wonder about.
They were friends.
He's looking fast. Well, they were, but had that falling out, which involved Money and Brandon Baxter. Baxter cost them a tag team match, blamed it on Armstrong, and turned Smothers against Armstrong as a result, and then passed him a check to cement the relationship.
Well, he came out here and acted as if he was going to make up with him. And
Off the top. Shot to the gut.
look at this, Spellbinder. First kick, boy. Good move from Spellbinder. With
Off the
Smothers
ropes.
into the rope.
Big power slam. Where's he going from there?
Comes off the rope. Flips over. Lands all of that 270.
He's too close to the ropes.
That is what you call
Got
experience.
him away out.
Smothers right near the end of the canvas.
Hold on, guys. What's going on? Brandon
Looks
Baxter
his
is
leg.
circling that ring.
Out of rope. Look at this. Smothers got it.
Smothers used the rope, yeah.
Come on, Bill Rush. Open your eyes, son.
Spellbinder. Oh, boy. Well, the referee had his head down. He seen counted. He didn't see it.
I know it.
Here comes Jesse James
Tell you
Armstrong.
what, son, I'll give it to you. You won, and you got to win the way you got to. Hey, hold on, son.
Armstrong is explaining to the referee what happened. He said, "You're not going to get away with that.
gotta
You
do what
use
you gotta
those
do,
ropes."
son.
Reversal.
I'm sick of him interfering in all my matches, man. I'm gonna kill you, Jesse.
Armstrong.
Hey, where's he running to, boy? Where's he running to?
He's running away from me. What are you, psycho?
Well, could be, son.
Don't get involved with Sid. Sid's joining the announcing team. He's joining the announcing team. We don't want to get. Yes, he does. Doing a good job too. Thanks for pointing that out to the referee. That's exactly what happened there. I know you and Smothers got to go each other very soon, though.
Time and time again. Tracy Smothers has stuck his nose. For 2 weeks now, he's stuck his nose into my business, and they talk about Jesse James being the loser. Well, everybody knows that I was both brain and brawn, glitz and glamour of Armstrong's army. I'm what was going on in Armstrong's army, and Dave, I know you understand that, and these people understand that. Bottom line is this: Monday night, just like old times, it's a unified title tournament. Jeff Jarrett, I would have loved to wrestle you for it, but you got hurt a little early. Bottom line is just this: Tracy Smothers, I get my hands on you in round number 1. And you better learn to live by the immortal words of the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. Tracy Smothers, the wild-eyed Southern boy. You better think, boy. Think about what you're trying to do to me. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Monday night, unified title. I'm going to the top. Tracy Smothers, I'm going through you like hot knife through butter. Big Sid, he thinks that Tracy Smothers is staying to the end. I think he's staying until I'm done with him.
All right, well, a little difference of opinion there. He thinks he's going to get Tracy Smothers out in first round, and he will advance.
Just an opinion.
Just an opinion, Sid says. All right, we'll be back with more opinions from Sid and much more action in the USWA. You stay with us, man. What a day we got going here today, huh?
Going to tell you now about USWA Championship Wrestling on Tour. Before we get to all the action coming up around the area, we're back Monday night, Mid-South Coliseum, 7:30 bell time. There are 10 of them. 10 big matches signed. 9 include that unified world heavyweight title one-night tournament. Monday night at the Coliseum. Want to get by and pick up those advance tickets? They're on sale at the Coliseum and all Ticketmaster outlets. We'll see you down there Monday night, 7:30 bell time at the Coliseum. Well of a night. We'll give you the entire card coming up a bit later on. Let's tell you now about USWA action on tour. It begins in Truman, Arkansas. Truman begins Friday night, March the 8th. Truman there at the old community house. 7:30 bell time. The King, Jerry Lawler on the card. Too Sexy Brian Christopher. Sir Mo, PG-13. Rich and Gilbert, all signed for Truman, Arkansas. Friday night, March the 8th. Now, Rich and Gilbert and PG-13 all signed for that card, but remember, there's a loser team leave town match coming up Monday night at the Coliseum. Depending on the result for that, we'll see who will be able to be on the card there in Truman on the 8th. Friday, March 15th, Paragould, Arkansas. BC Lloyd building at the fairgrounds. 7:30 bell time in Paragould. Jerry Lawler, Brian Christopher, Miss Texas, all signed for the card. Just some of the names in Paragould, Arkansas, Friday, March 15th. Tunica, Mississippi, Sheraton Casino. Boys, always great to be there. USWA Wrestling action will return to the Sheraton on the 20th. The 20th, Sheraton Casino Center. Great card always down there at the Sheraton. Friday, March 22nd, Blytheville, Arkansas. National Guard Armory on Division Street. 8 o'clock bell time for wrestling in Blytheville. Friday, March 29th, Cherry Valley, Arkansas. 8 p.m. the start time in Cherry Valley. And Jonesboro. Big night in Jonesboro last Saturday night. Well, USW action will return to Jonesboro Saturday, March 23rd. Earl Bell Community Center. Advanced tickets on sale at Front Page Cafe. Super Wrestling in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Well, that, my friend, is USWA Championship Wrestling on tour. As always, there is nothing in the world like being right there. We appreciate each and every week you joining us here on USWA Wrestling. But let me tell you, the atmosphere and just being right there, seeing it live, there is nothing in the world like it. Get an opportunity to meet some of your favorite superstars like that man, the King, Jerry Lawler. The King making his way around the ring area now. And we'll have an opportunity to talk with the King about the one-night unified world title tournament coming up Monday night. Hey, King, just want to congratulate you first on the big victory with Bill Dundee down there last month.
Well, you know, I told him exactly what was going to happen. He told me that when we got in the ring, that he was going to spit on me again, and he did.
Yeah, he did.
And you know, that just sort of set things off right there and kind of guaranteed a victory. But you know, I don't know what to say about Bill, because I don't know exactly where his head's at. But I do know. I mean, you know, we've known each other for years. We've been on both sides of the fence, and hopefully Bill can get things straightened out, because you know, he's one of those kind of guys that he sort of grows on you like a wart or something. But I mean, I guess that, you know, you can't help but sort of like the guy, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe he'll get straightened out.
As always, a great match I must add down there with you guys.
What about the Tigers this afternoon, man?
Hey, boy, we're pulling for the Tigers down there today. Got the green wave.
I want to tell you, real quick, Corey called me the other day on the telephone, and Memphis was playing Louisville. And we're trying to talk, and Corey's doing the play-by-play on
playing Cincinnati.
Well, I mean Cincinnati, right? And you were doing the play-by-play. If you got that excited over the wrestling, I mean, the people wouldn't even be able to stay tuned. They'd go crazy there.
Oh, I'm a Tiger fan.
Well, I was at the Rendezvous last night and had dinner, and the coach of Tulane was
Perry
there.
Clark.
Yeah, I started nailing him one time.
Hey, you could have nailed him for me. Maybe one day we'd win.
We'd have had him on the sideline. Anyway, though, let's talk about Monday night. You know, I'm excited about the fact that back on Monday night. It's going to be, you know, this is one of those bittersweet kind of things, but anytime you have a tournament with a unified World Heavyweight Championship at stake, I mean, it's like I say, that's for all the marbles. I mean, and guys are coming in from the World Wrestling Federation. You got
Isaac Yankum on that card.
Isaac Yankem, DDS. Now, everybody knows, I mean, this is a guy that I helped bring to the World Wrestling Federation, and I just hope it doesn't boil down to me against Isaac Yankem in the finals. I mean, I would hate to have to face this guy.
Isaac may have to put his own teeth in.
Well, you know, I'd be doing him a favor if I knocked some of those rotten teeth out. He could start over again, maybe. But anyway, my first round is against Brian Christopher, and, you know, last week we wound up going against each other a little bit down there for a few minutes in that big 10-man elimination match. And, you know, that's one of those situations where you look forward to it in a way. Sometimes the fans look at this and they say, man, here's two fan favorites. Here's two guys that are supposedly good guys that we both like, or we like both of them. But a lot of times they don't realize this is a kind of match that we don't get to have that often. And this is the kind of match that you really enjoy. It's a kind of match where usually you don't have to worry about somebody, you don't have to look over your shoulder worrying about somebody's friend running in, jumping you from behind. You don't have to worry about, well, I don't know about Brian Christopher. You usually don't have to worry about somebody pulling out a chain and nailing you with it. But anyway, I'm looking forward to this for the fact that here's a guy in Brian Christopher who has had the USWA title, and he's really wanted to taste that unified world title really, really bad. Yeah. And you know, I've had a taste of both of them for a long time, and I like it. And I'm not ready to step aside and give that up yet. Brian Christopher is ready to make his way straight to the top. And so, as far as he's concerned, the only thing standing in his way is the King. And that's why I'm looking forward to this match. We're going to see what's going to happen down there Monday night at the Coliseum. I want to get past Brian Christopher, and it looks like the second pairing, if I get past him, I'd either have to face Mo or Mabel. Oh, boy. And that's not going to be any walk in the park either. Like I said, big night, Isaac Yankem, Mo, Mabel, Tracy Smothers, the Spellbinder, Jesse James Armstrong, Brian Christopher, and the King.
And King Cobra also in there.
King Cobra, you know, it's right. You know, you sort of kind of write King Cobra off, but King Cobra beat me for the Unified World Championship at one time, so I know what Cobra can do. The only thing I know is that he's got a first-round pairing against Isaac Yankem, and I don't envy him in that situation. But anyway, like I said, it's going to be a big night, Monday night. I'm looking forward to it. Also looking forward to seeing that match against against PG-13, Tommy Rich and Doug Gilbert, because here's going to be a situation where both of these teams have been a mainstay in Memphis for a long time, and we're going to be saying goodbye to one of them. And I'm just hoping it's going to be Tommy Rich and Doug Gilbert, because I've seen enough of those guys to last me for a long time. Corey, good luck this afternoon on Tiger.
Well, thank you. We'll need it.
All right. How about good luck to me Monday night?
Yeah, good luck Monday.
I'll need it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, King. Hey, we've got more action coming up here today on USWA Championship Wrestling. Too Sexy Brian Christopher in our main event. We'll be back with more action. Stay with us. Well, we're back.
We are indeed.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
You know, they're talking about this elimination for the Unified World Championship.
Tournament coming up.
Everybody knows who you're going to face that first time around, but what about your next match? How are you going to prepare for that?
So your first tough... Brandon, we're trying to have a discussion about the...
we're trying to figure something here.
You've been out here...
I want you people to be quiet while I'm talking. You understand me?
What do you want?
I have something I want to tell you.
Okay, let's get on with it.
Just like these bulging biceps, B&B Enterprises grow stronger and bigger each and every week. Let's talk about what's happened. There's a lot of people out here who hate my stinking guts, like Jesse James Armstrong, who are trying to get rid of me. So what did I do? I can't send Tracy Smothers out to watch my back at all times because he's got to face Jesse James Armstrong. I can't have Doug Gilbert and Tommy Rich watching me all the time because they have a feud with PG-13. So what I've done, I have brought in a new man. A man who's going to be my enforcer. A man who is going to watch my back and destroy anyone who steps in my path. Take a look at this. He is 7 feet tall. He is a giant warrior. Take a look at this. No one messes with Brandon Baxter anymore. You go in there and you destroy him. Yeah.
He's big.
He's big. Let's see what he can do, Dave. Let's see what he can do.
He didn't stop to talk.
Ring the bell, Bruno says.
Yeah, referee Bruno calls for it, and it'll be our first look today at the 7-foot giant warrior.
Whoa.
This warrior,
Ooh, he slung him off.
boy, comes in at 323 out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
We got a lot of folks in Pennsylvania here today. Yes, those Misfits must take a road down here together.
Including Bruno's originally from Pittsburgh.
That's right.
He's standing over tall, no shadow there. Oh, we got him by that heart, son. Ripping his heart right out. That hurts.
Warrior.
This warrior started fast, and he's not letting up
Sure is.
against the shadow.
Big form, and boy, he's putting the boots in the shadow.
7 feet tall. He's huge as he went by.
Across the whole ring there. Here he comes. Oh, Japanese clothesline. That'll take a hit on.
Hey, speaking of huge, somebody that's not huge in stature but has a big heart, how's your buddy Seth doing?
I'm going to tell you something. He called me last night. He lives up in Michigan. He said, hey, have you talked to Dave Brown lately? I said, no, but I'll see him tomorrow morning, boy. And Seth Patel said he wants to tell everybody out there hello.
Be sure and give him the best of the USWA fans when you talk to him again. The victory for the Giant Warrior, and I tell you what, in no uncertain terms did he defeat the Shadow. We're going to take a
Well,
break.
he brought out a good piece of talent, and the boy did what he had to do. He looked pretty good out there.
We'll be back in just a moment. Coming up, we talked about it, the Mid-South Coliseum, this one-night unified World Championship tournament. If you joined us late, Jeff Jarrett's injured, will not be able to defend the title. 6 to 8 weeks, doctor estimates, before he can be back in action. That's not within the 30-day time limit, so the title vacated. One-night tournament to determine the unified World Champion. 7:30.
Something like that, you always second-guess yourself, too. You know, it's one thing if you get out there and the guy beats you head-to-head, you can live with that. But to have to drop that thing like that, I tell you something, it's tough for Jeff.
Yeah, it is tough with Jeff, but I applaud Jeff for his decision following the doctor's orders, just like you, retiring and being here instead of being in there and taking a chance on a permanent injury. That's not good. So
What's the decision you got to make?
that's exactly right. Let's take a look at the entire card. First round matches. The opener is going to be coming up right here. There you go. Isaac Yankum going against the former unified champion, King Cobra.
That is the opener, and then you'll see the 7-foot giant warrior. Well, you just saw him here today. Well, he'll be taking on the Spellbinder in the second first-round match.
That was really looking like a good one now, too. Tracy Smothers against Jesse James Armstrong, the former tag team partners. Really bad blood between them in recent weeks. They go against each other in the first round for the right to advance in the tournament.
Then what about this one, Sid? Men on a Missions Mo taking on Men on a Missions Mabel.
I'll tell you, that's going to be a good one, but the one I want to see is Jerry Lawler and Brian Christopher. That is going to be one worth the money come down to see it.
And that's a first-round match down there Monday night.
That's a main event anywhere.
You got it right, and then you got some buys along the way, and it all comes down to semifinal matches, and then finally, but before the main event of the night.
Oh, yeah.
Grudge match. USWA tag titles are on the line. Grudge match of the year. The losing team is out of here. They're gone from the USWA. Tommy Wildfire Rich and Doug Gilbert. They're the current champions. They'll be defending against PG-13. Then, of course, main event of the night. The last two men in the Unified World Championship Tournament will meet each other in the main event, and the Unified World Champion will be crowned Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. Too Sexy, Brian Christopher, one of the participants, said he believes that's going to be one of the, if not the matches to see in the tournament. Here comes Brian right here.
That's going to be like Dallas playing the 49ers, son.
Be a good one.
Here he is, the USWA heavyweight champion, Too Sexy, Brian Christopher, and a good-looking belt there, dude.
Well, thank you, Corey. Hey, Corey, how about them Tigers today? You excited about that game?
Yeah, of course.
Well, who really cares, Corey Macklin, about the Memphis State Tiger game? I'll tell you who cares about the Memphis State Tiger game, it seems. It's Jerry Lawler. That seems like all he was interested in, huh? He came out here. We got one of the biggest nights in a long, long time Monday night. A tournament, and all he's cared about is the Memphis State game today. Corey, I'm telling you right now, Jerry Lawler, you are making a mistake, my friend. You've got all your priorities all screwed up. Because what you need to be worried about is this tournament Monday night. Because you have to face me in the first round. Don't you think that's what he needs to be worried about?
No doubt about it.
I think he needs to be worried about it because you are all that I have on my mind, Jerry Lawler. You are right. We faced each other just a little bit in that match last week. But this is a different story. One-on-one, we start out in that first round, Jerry Lawler, and I can't wait to get my hands on you.
Well, here he is, the king. Jerry Lawler making his way over. And Brian, you just open up a big can of worms here.
Hold on, Corey. Why are you walking over there? This is my interview time. You should be standing right here. Just because the king, Jerry Lawler, walks out here, you're supposed to walk over there and put the mic in his face. It's my interview time, so I tell you what, you keep that microphone right there. Now, Jerry Lawler, I'm glad that you came out here so I don't have to talk to that camera and hope that you're listening, because I want to tell you right now, face to face, that you amaze me. You amaze me how you can stand out here and talk about everything else other than the fact that you have to wrestle me this Monday night.
I realize this is your interview time, and all I wanted to do was come out here for a second and mention the fact that I forgot to say a while ago, I'm going to be in Truman, Arkansas this coming Friday night, and I'm going to bring the unified title.
That ain't funny. I guess you really... I swear to... Don't even smirk. Don't smirk. It's not funny, Lawler. Hey, it ain't funny, lady. I don't see one thing that's funny about this. You better get your mind focused on Too Sexy, because I got you. I got you all in my mind. You're going to be the only thing I'm thinking about until I do get my hands on you. And then you're going down, and I'm winning that tournament. Nobody's going to beat me. Not you, not Isaac Yankem. You don't have to worry about him getting his hands on you, because I'm going to put you out in the first round.
Calm down. Your veins are all sticking out in your neck and everything, and you're sweating and all this stuff. Calm down. We're going to have the match. Everything will be all right.
You'll be sweating once I get my hands on you. You understand me? It's not funny. Don't smirk. I swear, get out there. Get out there. What are you going to do? Make a fool of me? I'm not a fool. I'm no fool. You're going to be the fool. When in front of all your fans, I beat you in the Mid-South Coliseum. When I beat you, you're going to be the fool, and then I'll be laughing. I will be laughing. I don't think it's funny. Not one bit. I swear, you're making me so mad.
Calm down, okay? I don't think it's funny. You're right. It's not funny. It's going to be a big match. It's going to be a tough match. I'm sure you're excited about it. But you see, I've had a lot of tough matches before, and this just happens to be another one in the long list of them. And I feel confident that when it's all over, I'm going to advance on and face whoever it is in the next round. That's all it is to it. So don't...
Well, that's where you're stupid. You get it? You listen to me, everybody. Everybody, listen to me. I am the USWA heavyweight champion. I didn't become a champion by going down there and having my opponent be confident. I ended up going down there and being scared to death that they were going to get beaten by me, and that's what you better be, scared to death. You better believe me.
Well, he's right, Brian. Just calm down. The bout is going to take place. The tournament...
You're going to get beat. You're going to get beat.
You better watch your daggone ground. I'm going to tell you this now. We will get real serious here. You can come out here and scream and act like an idiot all you want, say that I'm going to get beat, but I'm going to tell you this right now. All you're doing right now is putting on a big show for everybody that's sitting over here. You're putting on a big show out
out here trying to convince all of these people that you're tough. But most of all, you know what you're trying to do, Brian Christopher? You're trying to convince yourself that you can beat me. But the fact of the matter is, you can't beat me on your best day. You understand that? You don't think I can beat you? You swear you don't think I can beat you? Huh?
We'll have the tournament.
You're dead, bro. I can beat you. I can beat you. I can beat you any day of the week. Twice on Sunday, twice on Monday. It don't matter, Lawler. You can't beat me. It's what it all boils down to.
One-night tournament for the Unified World Title Monday night. One of the first-round matches, the King and 260. Brian, we got to take a break right now. We'll be back. The bout will take place Monday.
TD Steele is in the ring. Brian Christopher has arrived. We're ready
I'm going
to
to
get
tell you
this
something.
match
I wouldn't want
underway.
to be TD right down for nothing. That Brian is wound up tighter than I don't know what, and he's fixing to let loose right here. I guarantee it.
I think you're right. I'm not sure Brian Christopher is going to be looking at TD Steele. I think he's going to be thinking the matches ahead. Maybe he's thinking of, say, Jerry Lawler, somebody maybe in this
That
particular
could
match.
be it.
Referee has said ring the bell.
Jerry Lawler can beat me.
Brian Christopher.
He's asking TD if TD thinks Jerry Lawler can beat him.
Boy, TD Steele is going through his rituals and warm-up
Yeah.
and all that. But I
Well,
don't
he
think
should have never stood there like that. He should have went to whacking at his son.
But Brian Christopher goes after immediately. Big body slam on TD Steele. Big right hand from 260.
I'm going to tell you
Brian
something.
Christopher. Boy, look at Brian.
Big right to the head.
To the
Big
corner.
turn. Oh, that's it.
Super kick. And a cover. 1, 2, and 3. He got him.
I told you, he's wound up, boy, and he's ready to go.
Quick win for Brian Christopher. We'll take a quick break, but we'll be back in just a
I
moment.
can beat you, Lawler, and I will do it Monday night. This week, I'll beat